So I accredit it, all of our sanity and our reasonable decisions to that, our spirituality and being grounded, and plus,
and even,
go ahead.
Yeah, no, I don't want to cut you off because you talk about spirituality. And I know you're a very spiritual dude, but I remember even times, especially on a couple of those albums, they was like, man, Bone Thugs, they dark, it almost feels demonic, and you guys had to go through that world, and then now to see that, you talking about, your sanctity and all of those things, was that just a phase, or was that just misconstrued and people didn't understand it?
I mean, we played the Ouija board and we wrote a song about it. So we wrote a song about pretty much everything that we did.
Right.
And we stopped playing the Ouija board because like we was sitting on a bunk bed and Lazy was asking who was gonna die first in his family. And he was like, when he found out it was somebody that he didn't want, so he threw the Ouija board, and then they picked it back up, and then beds started falling down. So a whole bunch of stuff started happening.
So real
like,
shit.
Right, I ain't fucking with that shit no more. So,
right.
We learned our lesson hands on. And then when Eazy-E, he was like, y'all gotta do that song, man. I like that Ouija song y'all did, man. And then he started talking backwards. And then after he passed, here comes the marketing and the promotional train, and here comes the company.
Right.
What we need to do, let's make some money off of it. So they put that mysterious back in the days when, CD covers and reading CD covers was the thing to do. So, that it manifested from there, and I think it was a whole lot of...
Did you feel like that may have affected some of the dark...
What's good, everybody? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Hit that subscribe button and don't forget the bell. But you hear Bizzy Bone there talking about, them messing around with the Ouija board and, the way the bed was shaking, the evil energy, inviting it into your life, and the darkness that can come with that. And listen, I'm dead serious, man. This ain't just for some views or anything like that. That stuff is for real. It is not to be messed with. It is evil. I'm a man of God. That stuff is don't mess with that, people. For real. No joke. Get in the comments if any of you out there know what I'm talking about. But for real, not from my personal experience, but I know people who, have messed around with that kind of stuff and regretted it. But anyways, let's get back to what Bizzy was saying. As, he had some dark times in his life as well. A lot of people know that Bizzy Bone was kidnapped, as a kid by his father. And it's some really disgusting, dark, twisted stuff. And, these guys been through a lot of stuff coming up in their lives, and they got into the rap game very young. So, Bone was kind of known to have, I guess, a dark type flow, that type, what him and Nick Cannon were talking there about like, I don't know, that evil kind of sound and all that darkness and everything like that. Bone had been through rough times coming up, and when they got in the rap game, they were really young. So, naturally, they're gonna speak about that in their music, and they're gonna incorporate it, in their songwriting and their process and everything like that. So it showed through the music. Now, as Bone grew up and matured more, they definitely switched up the style of the music, and I feel like kind of left that dark stuff behind. But as you heard him say, Eazy-E really loved that Mr. Ouija song, and wanted them to really put that on the album. And it was a lot different than what we were seeing from a lot of rappers, if you guys know what I mean. And with the artwork and everything like that, like, just aside from Eazy-E liking it himself, you heard what they said about how, like, when it came to corporate, when it came to the labels and stuff like that, they were really feeling it. They wanted Bone to push that. And we always saw that kind of stuff with the artwork incorporated, like, flames and skulls and things like that. And they got a lot of other songs, besides Mr. Ouija Mo Murda, which, you know, Mo Murda, it's twisted. They got some crazy stuff out there. Bone Thugs really do. Now, if you remember back in the day, like when he was saying, you know, back then, reading CDs and stuff like that, that was what it was all about. I don't know, anyone who's around my age may remember, you know, going back into the 90s and everything like that. Albums would have hidden tracks, and sometimes, you know, there was all these like legends that would go around, like, oh, if you play this song, or yo, they say this, you know what I'm saying, like you can hear them say this and stuff like that. And there was a lot of things like that about Bone Thugs and Harmony, and that's kind of what they were talking about, that they really did, you know, have that kind of darkness in their life, and they brought it into the music. And the Ouija board experience really was true, a real experience. So the reality of different things from their life, then mixed with the industry side of things, them wanting to push that and, you know, use it marketing wise and everything like that, gimmicky and all that. You know, we seen it, and from that, there was a lot of those legends like I was talking about, where, you know, people would talk amongst each other before the internet. Not like you can hear them say this on this song, those like urban legends that travel around. There was a lot of legends about Bone Thugs and Harmony that, you know, they were cursed from the Ouija board, using the Ouija board and different things like that. Like everyone, you know, you guys know what I'm talking about. Get in the comments if you guys, anyone out there remembers all those legends, you know, from Bone Thugs and Harmony back in the day that you know would circulate around and everyone would talk about. But you know, very talented rappers, as I said. That was real life stuff that they were incorporating in their music, and it also, you know, was really marketable to the record companies. But one thing about Bone, they were just very original to me, especially at that time. They, you know, there wasn't really anyone sounding quite like Bone, and then that you know, different side of things, you know, the dark side of things that we saw in you know, style wise and with the artwork and everything, and the music videos. If you remember the video to Crossroads, which was kind of dark in my opinion when I was a kid, it used to scare the hell out of me. Although the song wasn't really, when you listen to the lyrics, I guess it wasn't really a dark, I mean, it was about people passing away, but it wasn't necessarily an evil song. And then what other videos? You got the one to that look into my eyes and tell me. That one was pretty creepy too. But I don't know, y'all. That's all I really got. Just I wanted to share this with you guys. So tap in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about it. It's Jay Coffee Talk signing out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit the bell. Daily content dropping. I cover it all. And I always want to hear from you guys in the comment section. So let's get that comment thread going. I will catch you guys on the next video. I'm out of here. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.